Alright, so you can come in from there. Now, we're starting to use that left lane, which hopefully will not be broken like it was before. The traffic is much improved now. So we got ins, outs. No weaving. Well, here it really doesn't matter. And then come in this area. Alright, we're going to need to run a big power line for now. Also water. So we're going to wait for the first deliveries to come in and start to see what the traffic does. Have we broken any important power lines over here? It looks like they are currently redundant, but that doesn't mean we don't want them. What about a fire station for a power plant? We do have one, actually. We do have a power station at the power plant. Or fire station at the power plant. I can build blocks off of this, but I can also just accept the diagonality. I'm sure that's a word. Diagon Alley, where you buy magical supplies of this thing. And sort of go with like an offset big crossing through our whole a new block that we can build here. We use this as sort of the master. And then maybe we'll put another triple road down the middle. To there? First of all, we're on the curved road tool, so let's avoid that. Let's just go to here for now. And then maybe or maybe not connect. Maybe this should be a triple road, actually. I think it should. Have we gotten any boats here yet? Not yet. Oops, don't upgrade. Oh, I don't have an equal length of there. It doesn't actually matter that much. Alright, let's start with this. And I am going to go and blow up these. And extend this out. Straight as possible. And then, yeah, sure, meet up at that intersection. That's fine. Meanwhile, the power... R.J. Helms, thanks for the subscription. Thanks for following the stream, supporting it, doing all that kind of good jazz. Okay. Come on, cargo ship. Oh, there we go. Gonna get our first delivery. Hopefully it's nice and full. 100% full. We have some commercial areas that need cargo. Please and thank you. Power! That's right, Jeremy Clarkson. I think I'm fully caught up. I think I'm up to episode 6 of the new season. Lots of vehicles, and you can tell by their size, these are vehicles that are going to commercial buildings. And we've got more loads. Look at all these cargo ships coming in. Alrighty. It's like the art, like Men on a Mission. All those like movie montages of military things where all the Humvees are going through the desert. It's exactly like that, except with hot dogs and donuts. Just these like wide open empty highway. What are these things going to? Yeah, shopping center. Splitting up nicely there. Very nice. It's almost like we're starting to know what we're doing. Oops, a bit of a slowdown over there. Not a big deal, though. Get her done. This industry is failing to sort of live up to its potential. But that's okay. As long as we get plenty of cargo coming in, it's not going to be a problem. And the vehicles will have to return and go in over there. Okay, well. Got a little bit of demand for commercial. So let's go ahead and start padding out a new area. What time is it? Alright, we've got 18 minutes left, and then we're going to have to call it quits for today. City that is still currently growing well. There's tons of money in the bank. It's actually shrinking a little right now, but I feel like that's only temporary. I should take a look at our health status, though, just to make sure there are no actual looming disasters that I'm missing. So, you know, constantly monitor that situation, because we can't trust the chirper to do it. Take a quick look. Health. Whoa, we've got 1,000 sick people. Only 500 dead. 1,000 sick is higher than I want. We've got a few abandoned places. Nowhere has bad health. And I'm not seeing any actual health warning pop-ups for anyone critically done for. Let's take a quick look at the traffic map. Make sure there's not a bunch of ambulances stuck somewhere. Do we see any bright red? That's relatively pale and not really problematic. There's another chunk over here, if I recall. Nope, there's no cars there. Bit over here. Oh, no ambulances, though. It'd be nice if when you were on the health mode, all ambulances were highlighted. Or are they? Holy shit, they are. As I say that, I notice that some of the vehicles, while I'm in health mode, are vaguely blue. And there's a few going over here. Okay, where are you guys going to or coming from? People know that avenues don't like intersections that much. Oh yeah, I avoid intersections with avenues like the plague. But a few of them have to be done. So you're going to the Highland residence over here. I don't know where you're coming from. We have a hospital over here. We have a little bit of poor coverage in the corner. You know what? I think legitimately, we want another hospital right here. I mean, we're still well below our capacity, but it's never the capacity that kills us. It's the time it takes for ambulances to get places. Now, overall, pollution here is fine. Okay, that Eden project. So, looks like industrial zones still pollute. Maybe they don't pollute as much. But is it possible that it turns off the pollution of everything else? There's still technically some pollution here. It must just dramatically cut down the pollution that everything provides. Which is amazing. We have a few abandoned buildings I could bulldoze just to keep tax rates high. It's mostly commercial, which are hopefully going to start to get some goods soon. A little bit of lower health here. Of course, there's still the noise pollution problem. That could be a thing. Should I put another hospital in this end of town? How stressed is this hospital? Ambulance in use. 0. 0 of these ambulances are in use at this hospital. Which seems a little suspect to me, but, you know, whatever. So building another hospital right there obviously wouldn't do anything for us. We got a fire station over here, so hopefully that won't happen again. Also, I'm hoping that it's going to be less of a need to dump off cargo over here, now that I've got the other cargo station. Wherever it is. I need my little north arrow again. Sucks that they sort of have to fight over this intersection, but it's not that bad. That is a lot of cargo trucks going out. Population is currently going up. Now, we did zone some stuff over here, but yeah, there wasn't any real demand for it. Let me go and finish extending these roads, which I'm obviously paying maintenance on, but aren't breaking my budget, I don't think. Yeah, we'll get back to you. Let me get down some low-density housing, with the hope that this gets filled up a little bit faster, and then we can upgrade things later on. Obviously, we want a hospital just off the main lines. Say over here. Big fire. Oh. Big police. We don't need schools, apparently. Garbage incinerators. We've got one over there. Let me go ahead and build a second one. So we've got lots of options. We do need some death care. So let's go and get 1 cremation, 2 cremation, 3 cremation. Better too much than too little. Hey! Paradox is in the chat. Hello, hello. I wonder if Paradox saw the giant zombie invasion yesterday. So these do need power, which they will get eventually. I suppose these zones aren't developed yet, so I can afford to just sort of chew through these plots to bring some power over there. I'm doing a poor job. You know what I'm going to do here instead? I don't have any parks yet. And I do like to use some parks to help distribute some power. Power! Okay, one more over there. There we go. So now we can just do that, which will get you there. This will eventually connect. That might be a little whiny before that happens, though. So let's just... a bunch of temporary little power lines. I'm going to forget about those for now. Oh, this doesn't actually... Really? For realsies? Sure, make me spend the extra $1. Oh, wait. That would help. Alright, just get this zone going. Still not much in the way of demand. Population relatively stable. Let's take a look at our health. Deceased, 500. 6 citizens. Okay, we brought it. We're below 1,000 again. So the important thing is we're not going up in terms of sickness. We are going down. And again, whoops, I bulldozed a house that didn't need bulldozing. The fact that some of our hospitals have 0 ambulances in use tell me that we have more than enough ambulances in the game. The only reason we have sick people is because the ambulance hasn't gotten to them yet. They're all en route, though. I guess what it means, the fact that some hospitals haven't used all their ambulances, or in fact any of their ambulances, mean that every sick person in the game currently has an ambulance on the way. And as far as I can tell, we don't have any real traffic jams. I still feel like the ambulances might be better off, like, if there's a bit of a more... I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the system works internally. It feels like it's not properly weighting people that are nearby. It might be weighting more towards people who have been dead the longest. But that might be a complete just perception thing. Could be completely wrong about that. So still hoping to bring in more and more goods for our commercial districts, because they need a little bit of love. I think I was going to build another cargo terminal for the train. And indeed, I am going to do that. Just trying to figure out the best place to put it down, where it's not going to sort of screw up too much of my flow. And also allow me to build the rail in a sensible manner. Let's just go. Make sure we've got the cargo one. Let's put it here. I'm on the straight rail. We're not going to build a crossing, a level crossing, because I don't like to slow down my traffic. I'm going to go that way. And that way. There we go. It might help if you had power. You actually already have water. Well, good for you. Oh, it's already occupied. Let me put a park on the other side. It'll make it a little easier. Doesn't really help things, but it makes my life a little easier, and that's all that counts in the end. There we are. So, if Paradox is watching, I want you to change the courthouse. There's no way I want to drive my crime rate over 50% in this city at this point. And it's the only thing I need to unlock the very last building. And I'm very sad that I can't do it. I suppose before the end of the stream, I could literally sit here and tank my police and see what would happen. Hey, Lukey! Thanks for the sub. Boop, 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 boop. Love to the Finjoy. Love to the city, Quill. Quick question: is there sandbox mode? Yes. The game ships with 2 mods. One which enables unlimited money, and the other which unlocks everything. So you can turn them both on, and then you have a total sandbox mode where all you can do is make pretty, pretty, pretty cities to your heart's content. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean you're going to be immune to, you know, like there's not actual disasters in the game, but disasters like the zombie plague apocalypse that I got the other day. I bolted this wrong building. But yeah. So I'm hoping this will help bring in yet more cargo into my city. Now, it can't actually support any cargo coming from the south, though. It's got a couple other connections. I don't know if it matters. I think as long as you got a connection to somewhere, it'll do it. There we go. You'll arrive. I need many, many more goods for my commercial areas. Oh, you're going to turn around that way, which I guess makes sense. But if I supplied just a little road, say, here. Just by doing this, you could do some U-turns. You don't even have to connect it to anything, although I may as well. Do one of those. Creates an extra intersection over there, but I don't think it's actually a problem. So never underestimate the requirement of this. We're importing so many goods. Because we don't have... I mean, even if we weren't importing the goods, we'd still have to produce the goods somewhere. So the fact that we don't have an industrial area doesn't necessarily solve the problem of our commerce. Yeah, all these abandoned buildings, or at least the vast majority of them, are commercials. Except for these guys, these industrial areas. And the problem is, they don't have the right kind of workers. Our population is so educated that we can't really do our own low-cost industry. Alright, if we take a look at our education. Do ambulances only service areas that you named if they originate from that area? I don't believe so. I don't... It's possible. Maybe someone can clarify that. But yeah, if we have a hotel in Poop Lake City over here, or an airport in Poop Lake City. Airport. If we have a hospital in Poop Lake City, do the ambulances from Poop Lake City stay within this region? If so, well, I mean, it's obviously critical to learn, but it's very, very powerful. It's got pros and cons. But if so, then that's really good. I don't know if that's true, though. I don't think it is. I thought people had asked, and the answer was no. Where is the hospital in here? I might be able to track some ambulances. No, 0 use. Maybe. I'm just surprised there's no dead people at all in this zone. I still like this little building tucked between our highway. I'm going to do this all the time from now on. I'm going to make sure to leave enough space so that I can do this. No goods to sell. Well, listen, I'm trying to boat in as many as possible. Boat and rail in as much as possible. Where's my peninsula? Right over here. Look at these. Tell you what, let's get another one. We're going to fill our city. That's not the right thing. This is the right thing. We're going to fill our city. We're going to build this city on rock and roll. With goods. One way or another. There you go. One way-ifying that. We built a little plaza on the other side. Just to facilitate some of the electrical stuff. Maybe another one on the other side. Different plaza. Like that. Connect up to the grid. That worked surprisingly poorly. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So I'm just hoping we're just spamming our city with more and more goods. Now, here, I think they will probably go right. And is there any chance that we have an overflow here? No, it doesn't look like it. I think we're okay. The goods have to stop for a second at this intersection, but otherwise they flow through this perfectly fine. And it's always going to be clumps. Whenever a shipment arrives, there'll be a bit of a clump of traffic and then nothing. So I don't think there's ever going to be a real traffic problem over there one way or another. Crematorium. You'll get there eventually, crematorium. I'm going to build some low density. Dragori! Hey, thanks for subscribing. I'm going to build some low density commercial. But yeah, oh, I was going to check the education stats. 91% highly educated. So that Large Hadron Collider is awesome for our, for some things, but it'd be nice to, like, reserve. Like, listen, I really want to force, like, 20% of my population to be stupid forever. Does make for an awfully cool city. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, let's check. I'm pretty sure all these abandoned areas are going to be commercial districts. Yeah, Gigastore, Mega Shopping Center. I mean, I should bulldoze them to make sure that they don't bring down the, yeah, there's a boutique. Oh, I think that one disappeared on its own, actually. So don't bring down the value. But it's all that, and I'm pretty sure it's all, yeah, these goods shortages. They just, if they have nothing to sell, they can't make any money. Power! And yeah, I'm so keeping this firehouse here forever. That was so scary when it burst into flames. I mean, just by having coverage, I think reduces the chance of it burning. But more importantly, then we'll have someone who can respond to the fire instantly when it comes up. So I'm still hoping we're going to get, like... I'm hoping that more cargo connections equals more cargo ships. I'm hoping there's not, like, a consistent number of cargo ships, and that's all there is to it. Yeah, I don't know how they decide where to send it to. Is there a proximity thing? Like, they'll prefer one over the other because it's closer, in which case this one will probably get the preference because it's technically a little closer to the highway. Well, this one is getting serviced. It's only got 8% goods, though. This one's got 100%. So, is this one, is that 8% just the only thing that this is closer to? Maybe. I suppose that's not an unreasonable thing. Now, where are you going that this is closer? Ah, right over there. Fair enough. Now, maybe the next shipment will be bigger. The other thing I could do is move it a little closer over here. Like, try to spread the load. I'm a little anxious about putting a cargo place here because our road capacity isn't, I think, going to be sufficient to handle it. Tons come through over here. Where are you going? 4%. Yeah, I think that's the kind of logic that goes on. 48% to there. And this one here is still going to be, oh, 68%. I mean, I'm hoping this means we start to catch up on our goods. It would be really nice to hit 200,000. Oh, it's 4 o'clock! Oh, they might be shipping goods internally. That's true. There's some internal shipping that happens as well. The same thing happens with the trains. I don't like seeing the abandoned buildings, but... I mean, we know the cause. It's like, okay, I understand this problem. I don't really know how to fix it. But I understand the problem. Like, here's... Oh, train just got delivered. So we're getting plenty of goods pumping in to this side of town. We're trying to hit the problem from multiple sides. I don't think we can build a cargo ship here. I think it couldn't reach the shipping lanes. I think the bridge is blocking it. Oh, no, it's this little bit of land here. So we can't really get it in there, but that's okay. And we can't, I don't think, produce our own goods. Because we can't really, we don't have the population to work their industry. As we keep noticing. Right, our little industry over here. They're just like, no workers. I mean, they're a little far from things. That's, you know, potentially true. But even here, every worker here is highly educated. They don't want any highly educated people at all. But they're forced to sort of deal with it. What if we upgrade it? Is it not covered by enough services? It's got, doesn't have police coverage. What if we give that a try? Is there a good spot I can put it without... No, we'll just put it in the middle. Does it have fire? Doesn't have fire, which seems pretty critical to me. Maybe we'll give them a little clinic as well. So if these upgrade, do they want more educated people? Upgrade is underway. Bulldoze these abandoned ones. Are you currently upgrading? Underway. You are doing that. I want to see what a level 3 industry building looks like, and do they want smarter people? Level 3. Yes! 16 highly educated. Okay! Wayne Enterprises. Okay, that works. We just have to make sure the level 3 industrial buildings. Because I think the level 1s want, like, all uneducated, basically. The level 2, they wanted a mix. This is the level 3. Do we still have a level 2? The level 2s want a mix, mostly centered around educated. And then level 3s want highly educated tech. Excellent. Okay. That's helpful. So we're going to, unfortunately, bulldoze one of the buildings that we have going on. Well, no, I'm just going to sand this zone, but it's not full yet. So they're supplied with everything they want. Well, why doesn't this one want to upgrade? No level up information. Why not? Alright, we'll let it go. So we'll get a few goods produced internally, which will be nice. We got to wrap this up, though. I've hit the time limit that we have allocated for today's stream. It's a short one today, only a 4-hour stream. Basically non-stop, except for like 8 cumulative minutes of breaks. So I hope everyone has enjoyed it. I hope everyone keeps coming out. This, yeah, we're not getting much shipment. Owner Portberg, yeah. So these are imports, but they're not prioritizing that because this one is closer. So it'd be nice if you could like double. You can say, okay, I get it. You're not going to ship to here because this one is closer to your endpoint. Can you just like make this a double-sized harbor so we can get twice as much cargo in twice as fast? Since this one is not speeding anything up. Now, I suppose it would speed things up if I put this in a position where it could take over more of the load from something else. Which something like this might. We're going to have to do that next time, though. For now, this cargo harbor is just not going to do much for us at all. As we try to pump more goods into here. But yes, we'll try to get our high-tech industry once more up and running. It is happening. What I could do is I could always de-zone some of our office space. Which might be a really good idea. Encourage more people to go into those industries. I know, I'm a little leery about doing that. The city's relatively stable right now. There's no demand for anything. I don't know how to kick it up to the next notch. I mean, our residential prices are pretty low. And my hope was, like, lower the taxes on the residents, encourage people to move in, then they'll want jobs, which will keep everything flowing. I suspect if we take care of our commercial problem, things will improve, which mostly means maybe getting a little bit more of an actual industrial area up and running over here. And they are going. I think we'll be okay. But yes, we have to stop. Thank you very much for coming out. Again, there's a charity live stream that I'm doing tomorrow. We're going to play some old school games tomorrow starting at noon Eastern time. You can make sure to follow Twitch for an email alert, but also if you go to youtube.com/Goal18 and subscribe there, I always post a video before I go live. And tonight, Briarstone is going to be live streaming. I don't know what he's going to be live streaming. Certainly, Essentia can probably put that in. And Sunday, I think A Kiss for Luck might be streaming some more. And she's got the most beautiful city, Skyline city, the world has ever seen. And you should definitely go and check all that stuff out. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for coming out. Bye-bye.